Hello Darts Nutz, welcome to Darts Review channel. So I'm doing another review of one of the darts from the Winmau 2025 launch, and this time it's the CYPHER. Let's check them out. I'm reviewing the 26 gram version, the 90% tungsten. They're also in 22 and 24 gram in steel tip, 18 gram in soft tip, and the retail for £59.95. So as you can see, it comes in the usual Winmau cardboard packaging and some pictures on the back of the contents. Little flap there, the big window displaying the contents, and you see that little pattern across the whole box is cluster grip control. Inside you've got this foam inlay, and they're fitted into the little round metal and plastic point holder, and come supplied with the short vector polycarbonate and alloy top stems, and you've got the standard shape prism delta CYPHER flights. That's fitted with a silver point. It's a straight barrel dart. You've got a slightly tapered nose and ray end, and it's got that kind of atomized, kind of a gentle sandblasted finish, and I think it's got a kind of a black PVD coating on, or a grey gunmetal effect, and obviously the grooves have been painted in what looks like to be enamel paint. If you don't like that, I suppose you could get that paint off easy enough, but it's got two main sections of grip on the front half and the rear half, so I'm afraid mid grippers are kind of losing out, but you'll probably get a little bit of grip either side, and this is what they're calling the cluster grip, and I would say there's a little bit of grippiness to it, but it really depends on how much pressure you put on. If I just hold my fingers lightly, it only has a slight grippiness, but I squeeze it a little bit and then I can feel like the edges a little bit more, so it may be one of them grips that feels more grippy to some than others, but I think when it comes to throw it, obviously you're only holding it a light touch, so it may not feel quite as grippy then, but quite an interesting looking grip all the same. And you'll see it better in the close-up just now, but neat looking dart again, and fitted with these short vector stems, and there's the prism delta standard shape flights, and again nicely matched setup with all the red and black, but we know green's the best colour. So the barrel's got a tapered nose with some ring and groove, and it's got that kind of like atomized sandblasted finish, and as you move into the first half of the barrel, it's got that cluster grip, which is kind of like, I would say, a staggered oval shaped grip. It looks like you've got a center groove drawn through it, but I was just trying to see whether it could be like a little scallop. I suppose they're like little mini scallops in their own way, but I'd probably say it's more like oval hole shapes, just a collection of staggered oval shaped holes, but looks rather neat. And then as you get to the middle, you got a DSS for someone with the Winmau logo, groove either side, and then on the rear half another section of the cluster grip. And then as you get onto the end of the barrel, it kind of mirrors the nose with some ring and groove and a tapered profile. So there you go, that's the super close look at the Winmau CYPHER darts. Darts fitted with a silver 28mm point. You've got a tapered nose which has got some thin ring and groove grip. That's 6.3mm, and then including the grooves either side, this cluster grip section is 16.5mm, and like I mentioned, it's kind of like staggered oval shaped cuts. Next, around the middle, it's a dreaded smooth section for someone, so 5.5mm for that, and then again including the grooves either side, another section of the cluster grip 16.5mm, and then a tapered section on the end with the ring and groove grip 6mm, length 50.8mm, width 7mm. $26.08 26.07 grams, and 26.06 grams. Full setup 27.82 grams. Here's the balance with nothing attached and with the supplied setup. And this is the balance with medium in between short nylon stems and standard flights. Once again, it's not as grippy as it looks, probably just slightly above medium, 5.5. Let's give them a throw and see how they go. Not too bad on them three. Made a triangle. Don't really feel like 26 gram though. Thought they'd feel heavier than that. Ah, I got one treble. Don't know about the grip, like it's not really that grippy. It's got a slightly chunky feel, which I don't mind. Floor's quite nice, but again, there's a lot of machining on the barrel, but not really feeling a huge amount of grip, so a bit like the Epics, just ever so slightly disappointing that they're not more grippy, but it doesn't really slip in your fingers or anything. That's just maybe because I think I'd prefer a little bit more grippiness, but still got a nice feel. Try the mid section, and obviously you've got that smooth band there, but I'm getting a little bit of grip either side. Yeah, got a treble with the middle. Oh, then you got another one. Again, feels nicely balanced around the mid part, but once again, there's a less grip there, but I guess it really depends. I mean, some mid grippers might still like the darts, so if you do, then it still feels nicely balanced there. So I'll try the rear part. And strangely, for some reason, it almost felt a little bit more grippy there. Maybe just the angle of my thumbs changed or something. One more try. We got a treble. Oh, that one went through the air, nice and smooth, but not on target. But yeah, a nice all-rounder, I think, but it will depend if you're a mid-gripper, whether you're happy about not having a great deal of grip there. But in terms of the level of grip, I don't think you're losing out massively from the other two sections. A bit like the Epics one, it seems to have a lot of machining, but I don't say the grip is doing a massive amount. Still feels all right though, and it didn't seem to slip, so it might be a very subtle kind of a grip. Might be doing something that you can't really realise, and obviously I'm just having my first few throws, and My hands are a little bit cold, so that may not be a good thing. It might be different when I've had a bit more warming up with them, but still the darts themselves, rather nice overall, but it's personally for me, just I would like a little bit more grip, but that's just me. So I'll leave you with the gallery so you can have a better look at them, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy darting.